everybody, and welcome to One at a Time, lads. I am your host, Zach, and I'm here with Randall, who some of you might remember from the very first episode.
Yes. Welcome back to me, I guess. Thanks for having me back, Zach.
Yeah, we are recording on a game that we played close to 3 weeks ago now.
Might even be more than that.
But I was playing my minors.
And I was playing Order.
So, hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so,
We sound like chipmunks.
yeah, we forgot to show our game plans to the camera. I remember vaguely being happy with my hand. I think I had the Charge for One card. I think I had C's. I know I had one of the 7s. And I think I might have had the singled out one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. So this game, we played this game, and then a week later we went to Grim Vengeance. I played like 4 games with Order. They all sort of merged together. So this is like surprises are gonna happen. I'm gonna watch this and be like, what am I doing and why?
Yeah. All right. So, you win the roll off and choose to make me kick.
Right. Always the right answer with Order. Fight me.
I will fight you. I don't think that's always the right answer. I
Always
think
the right
Order have a pretty strong kicking turn. Like, they've got a pretty strong receiving turn as well.
The thing is, you can kick, or you can receive and have the ball, and then kick a goal, and then still have the ball because Order are glorious.
Yeah, they can do a very similar thing a lot of the time when kicking, though, and they get last activation. So, I don't know, you've played a lot more Order than I have at this point, but I think they're pretty okay matchup dependent doing both. Like, in this case, yeah, you definitely want to receive because I have close control for days.
Right.
But yeah, so the teams, you take the pretty standard Order 6 that's evolved at this point, and I take no salvo and no fuse, which is kind of my standard list into ball teams. I'm reconsidering that because the arrow to the knee from salvo is pretty nice against kick teams, but this list lets me threaten takeouts a lot better.
Yeah, and I think, especially when you're kicking, when you're minors and into Order, I think you're going for a 2-2. I think you know that when you're selecting.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And, I mean, sure, salvo's got arrow to the knee, but I'm scoring, and I think, if I recall, it's what I do here. I score before you activate, so...
Yeah, I played an Order game into Blacksmiths earlier this week and tried to do that, and it was going so well, and then Harry missed his last pass over to Spigot.
Yes, well...
So then I just scored 2 goals at the end of the turn with a brisket and missed, but...
Playing Order is basically what's your plan, what's your backup plan, and what do you do when you panic?
Yeah. So with my kickoff, I deployed over there by the fast ground, hoping to take advantage of that, get Spade a little bit farther up, but I thought it was more important to actually ignore the fast ground and try to kick as far away from Spigot as possible, because he's the best one there at actually getting that first activation goal. And my kickoff was not accurate, and it scattered pretty far from there. So
It's fun that you think there's a point that Spigot can't get to.
Well, yeah, so let's see, you give the ball of light to, let's see, who do you give it to?
I'm still figuring that out, I think.
Yeah. You give it a Brisket, okay.
Right.
Oh, so it wasn't Spigot that scored that first activation goal, whether it was Brisket here.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember this game. I don't. I might have just embraced the, all right, Brisket's still in this. I'm all, especially if you're going against the team where the other team wants to go 3-0. So Miners are a great example. Fish, possibly Corbelli Masons soon. A team that is totally happy to go 3-0, if you're Order, I think you want the first activation goal. Because then, sure, you can turn around and get the snapback goal if you're Miners. But as soon as you get that, now I get the ball back, I can do the same thing.
Yeah, it certainly forces my hand into more of a grindy, hide the ball, churn out takeouts play style, which is why I drafted Colossus,
right?
Pretty much, because the singled out just enables them to do that so much easier.
And we threatened when we were doing this game, we told each other, this minors versus order. This will be a 5-minute game. You'll notice it's not a 5-minute game if you see the clock on the video here.
You'll also appreciate that with the timestamp that you're looking at for the max time of this video, we started this at sped up 60%.
So the thing about order, and it ends up burning me at the end of this, but I will say the thing about order, embrace the fact that your first couple of activations are gonna take a lot of clock. Just embrace it.
I spent 3 minutes on my first turn allocation
Well,
the other day with them.
Minors may be the same way. I don't know, but
no, that was the order game.
No,
that I played.
okay,
yeah.
No, with order, just embrace the fact like you're doing a lot of thinking, a lot of measure. Have steppers. Have lots of steppers.
They are a big argument for why widgets are so important in this game. I saw just today, it was shown to me that someone had made 3D printing STL files for widgets specifically for measuring mules' threat when being dragged upfield by Fisher. So I passed those along to the additive manufacturing team at work, and they threw a couple on the next plastic build for me.
Just in time for the errata to come and take away all your toys.
Yeah, as long as they don't change the range of any of that, then those will still be useful. Alright, so Brisket has started making her passes.
Right.
Hasn't missed any yet.
I think if this might actually be a series of passes, all of which succeed. Which is the holy grail of things that never happened to Randall.
Yeah, right before Grim Vengeance, you threw a sponsorship to Longshanks just so you could change your nickname to be Randall Dice.
Randall Dice Bowers, because Randall Dice, I think it was mentioned in the first video, Randall Dice are a real thing. All right, my balls are going everywhere right now.
This is why you're so excited to play Corbelli, isn't it?
Well,
you just like playing with balls.
Well, Corbelli only has one ball.
No, he's got one sculpted on him at least.
Brisket has 2 balls. Enjoy that fact. So, no, order, steppers. Put them out there because that way when you miss a pass, you know which step in the sequence you were in. Put all your steppers out and be like, when I miss this pass, I'm going to make up for it by going over here.
Yeah, having a plan for recovering from a failed kick is important.
Because you will. You will fail a kick.
Right now, I mean, you've got a missed, who's a good place to have it because you're now threatening another goal. You get Brisket just in and make the bonus time goal shot.
Yes.
She stays where she is.
So at this point, I've embraced the fact that the person you kick with is probably going to have a bad time. Like the 4-inch, you're minors, so the 4-inch dodge makes you work a little harder to imprison and gang violate me.
It just means Mule probably takes one more throw rather than 2 damage double push if he gets it.
At this point, I mean, I have the ball of light, so I have a way to generate momentum anyways. I think at this point, this is a momentum race for who goes first turn 2 now.
Yes, absolutely. As well as a skill check for how well can I hide the ball from Mist with the ball of light.
Mist and also Spigot, because Spigot, I forget what he's sitting on for influence.
I think he's only got 2. He's not threatening this turn. Not with 2. But Mist has a full stack and has the ball of light.
Right.
So is threatening with Fangtooth in the picture is threatening 4, 8 from just passes, 10 from acrobatic, a 10-inch sprint / charge from...
I find the cover.
From the cover, we're up to 20 inches, a 2-inch melee zone.
I didn't go to math school, so lots.
22 inches of just getting the ball. So I really have to take advantage of my close control and just hiding behind my giant bases. And I would love to lead off with Colossus here just to get that singled out as early as possible, but I don't have either the range or the angle. And the ball is currently on Where? Actually, I lost sight of the ball while we were talking.
I want to say Shaft.
Shaft has it,
Yeah.
yep. And that's why I went with Fisher to block...
Missed path to Shaft.
Exactly. And even better than just going with Fisher, bringing Mule up there to make a whole wall of Mist doesn't want to go past this.
Hugs. A wall of hugs.
Yeah, plus I still have my kicking momentum, and Shaft's counterattack against Mist is pretty good.
Yes. Pride is the activation no one cares about.
I actually think that you should save Pride until a little bit later, to make sure that he's positioned in such a way that you know you're not blocking him in with the rest of your team, because you've already gone with more of your team. I think Fangtooth and Harry at this point are activations that you probably want to burn before Pride.
So maybe I'm cynical, having played Brick back when Brick was a person that was played, but countercharge is not a real thing. Countercharge is a thing that takes a little bit of time off your clock, and that's kind of it. You know, a newbie player, you can gotcha with countercharge if you're that sort of person. Other than that, countercharge is play around this, not this is going to happen. I'm dismissive of it. I am, especially on a 50 mil base.
Yeah, I usually agree, but I think there's merit to it. So I'm going with Mule here, and just starting to attack Brisket.
Yep.
I whiff my first 2 attacks. And
I mean, 4-1 in cover is not nothing.
It's not nothing, but I do have the knockdown on 1.
Right.
So
Which is why I didn't even bother with the counterattack.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it would have been nice. All I had to do was expect you to not roll dice good.
Yeah, so I end up there by knocking her down and throwing her onto the other side away from the cover. And this does bring Colossus in range to charge.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert, Brisket has a bad day. And I mean, this is definitely... I got the goal, so yay me. But so I got the goal, but Brisket's the last person you want to have to do the first turn goal with, because I would like to have her legendary for trying to retrieve the ball after I shoot the goal. I think in this game it works out okay because I end up using her legendary when she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
But optimally, you want to kick, I think, you want the first goal with either Spigot or Mist, accepting the fact that they're then going to get what happens to Brisket, but then I can use Brisket somewhere else to try and retrieve the ball.
Yeah. I think Spigot is usually a good one to go forward with, and you're using him here now just to bring Mist upfield.
Right. So the thing about Spigot, especially with Colossus on the table, Spigot's good at not caring about your close control.
Yes, Ball's Gone is nice.
Yes. The problem is I only had 2. I think if I had 3... There was a situation where if I had more to try and get the Ball of Light to him and then kick the Ball of Light for the dodge and then charge Colossus, I get the ball off Colossus. And I was...
Well, Colossus never had the ball.
Okay.
It's still on Shaft.
Or Shaft, you're right.
Yeah, it's still on Shaft.
Or I guess same thing with Shaft, just dealing with the counterattack. But yeah, no, Spigot is good. If you don't kick the first turn goal with him, he's good at ball retrieval with balls gone.
Especially if he also is holding the Ball of Light at that point, so he can, Ball's Gone past the Ball of Light, dodge out,
Right.
and then shoot with the real ball.
That is the Christmas land in which... I've never actually done it. Discord has told me, and our little group chat has promised me it's a beautiful thing that I've never seen in real life.
Yeah, but one day you'll get it, and it'll be really cool.
No, I won't. And the reason why I know I won't is because Corbelli comes out in the next 2 weeks.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And just to put it out there in the internets to establish, I got the Guild Purist badge before they revealed Corbelli, just so I could say I had the Guild Purist badge, not a bandwagoner.
I mean, you've been playing Mason since Season 2.
Right. I mean, I'm having a little side affair. I'm having a little moment with the order here, but yeah, no, Masons are my first love.
Yeah. Right now, Shaft is
Shafting Brisket.
just going to town and getting the raps with two gang ups
was gonna say,
and
two gang
singled
ups
out,
singled
or
out, yeah.
three gang ups singled out, knocked down.
Group hugs.
Yeah.
Group hugs.
So he's been doing some plinking off of her. And here I'm really deciding if it's worth trying to get the goal this turn with Spade, because you did put up Dread Gaze, I believe, with Pride.
Predatory something?
Predatory Gaze, that's it. Dread Gaze is Siren's
Dread
thing.
Gaze is Siren.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no, so
I do pass over to Spade, and where I'm at there is Spade is far enough away from the goal that for you to get to her, pop close control, get the ball, deal with my counterattack,
Right.
getting the ball again, even if you get the ball, it is extremely unlikely that you're going to score with it, and way more likely that you're just going to end up
Spade is so
sitting
good.
on it.
Spade is so good.
Spade is really good.
And I spend a lot of time, again, didn't go to math school. I spent a lot of time on this, and time becomes a factor later. I maybe should have just embraced whatever, this isn't happening. This ends up being a suboptimal activation for Mist for a lot of reasons.
Yeah. It puts him in a pretty bad spot.
I think dice go bad, but I think even if dice didn't go bad, this is just a bad activation.
I don't remember how dice go,
think-
so we'll see.
I think maybe in hindsight, now I'm looking at this with fresh eyes. Maybe I take Mist. I just punch him out towards that forest. Acknowledge the fact you want the goal. Go get the goal, because I've got the snap back with Mist anytime you want it.
Yeah. Man, you spend a lot
I
of time
do,
just staring
I do,
at this. We're
I
watching
do.
this at
Math school.
160% speed, and it's been...
This is a bad activation.
Yeah, I'm excited to try Spade with Rivet. To totally date when we're recording audio for this, Rivet was revealed today. Corbelli was revealed yesterday. So,
I'm still excited.
yeah, Corbelli's nuts.
So it's gonna be so good. It's like I get to play Masons and play Order too.
Yeah, so Miss passed over to Spigot and is charging Spade.
The more I remember this being bad, but the more I watch it, the more I'm angry at myself for it. Like, dude, let it go, man. No, all right. If I manage to get this ball off you and pass it, I'm sitting pretty at this point. 4-2 with the ball, happy, but it's not happening. I think we can't see the dice. I think there was a version of this where I was praying for a wrap that didn't happen.
Yeah, because I didn't...
I think
I didn't respond.
You didn't bother with the counterattack because you wanted the counterattack on the second tackle.
Yeah, so you burn close control with the
Right.
first one.
Knowing how this game ends, I'm so mad at myself right now. Like, this is why the end of the game is what it is.
Last week when Jesse and I recorded audio for our game, there was a turn to my activation with Shaft where I basically spent the whole time saying the same thing to myself of just, why did I do this?
Isn't that the one that you literally put a disclaimer at the bottom, like, this is why I did
I did,
this? Like,
'cause I
just so the internet doesn't think I'm a moron.
Well, because I remembered while I was doing the final edit of, oh, right, I had to go with him now or else he gets pushed off the board. So yeah, I spend...
This is order minors.
Yeah, there's a lot of time spent just measuring with widgets.
A lot of sticks on the table. A lot of markers and sticks. And I mean, two teams that are absolutely fond of the jankiest goal possible. So
Yeah, and what I am a big fan of doing whenever possible is getting a model like Brisket in this situation, having her jailed, and if I can score bottom of 1 with Spade and then start turn 2 by finishing them off with Shaft, legendarying upfield, and grabbing a second goal with him, all the better. That was not on the table now. So I passed the ball to bring her in and just try to get a little bit more momentum and still give the ball to Shaft so he can...
have his 6-point activation.
Exactly. But yeah, the goal here wasn't on the table with Pride where he is.
Yeah. See, my totally flippant Pride activation worked out.
There was a game at Grim Vengeance where I was playing against Alchemists where Spade actually got a takeout for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was playing...
Were they on 1?
I think they might have been on 2.
Oh. Did it take her 3 influence to do it?
No, she actually rapped and did it on 1. Yeah, that was a game against the Alchemist. That was an interesting game.
I caught the tail end of that. That looked interesting.
Yeah. That was a... Shout out to Mark Poppinchuk out in Brooklyn. That was a really fun game. I'm sad I wasn't able to record anything at Grim Vengeance, but we packed that store so tight that there wasn't room to set up the camera, and we had the stream going.
It was busy too. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on there.
That was a great day.
That was a fun day.
Yeah. So we're ending the turn. Wasn't thinking, and neither of us used tokens, so it's hard for the viewer to tell how much momentum either of us have.
Zach had more.
Yeah, I was
up. Zach had more.
I was up by a few. So I win initiative.
Yeah, we were very into this game. We were less into making this game viewable.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think I'd learn by now.
Playing Zach is intense.
Yeah, I have no idea what cards either of us played.
No.
We'll probably figure it out midway through the turn when we start seeing effects from it, but neither of us put out any tokens, and neither of us made any dodges, so there's a couple that we can at least eliminate.
I'm trying to remember if I might have had one that just a +1 influence. I'm trying to look for my little gold influence token that I use.
Yeah, I don't think it was the offside trap. I'm fairly certain you didn't play that.
Might have been the one where I get momentum every time you kick a goal.
That sounds right, actually.
I feel like that happens.
I do kind of remember that.
I know for a fact what I play for the last turn of this game. Because I kicked myself afterwards for not remembering I played that card.
Yeah.
It was a throwback to Season 2, having plot cards that you forget about. It was glorious.
Yeah. So I don't actually go for the 6-point activation here. It's too dangerous with the snapback. So I go for Mule and just decide to nullify your attempts at goal scoring this turn. So between taking out Brisket and now going into Mist, Mule does Mule things.
So this brings up something that we talked about before we started recording, where I have come to the realization Order is a 2-2 team that can accidentally do 3-0 really well. 3-0 is not a game plan. I don't think 3-0 is ever a game plan unless maybe you're playing Fish. I'm trying to play Order here like 3-0 is a game plan, and I am incorrect.
Yeah, especially against minors. They've got a lot of tools to stop you. I've knocked you down, I've locked you down. I missed the throw and just do damage and push you, kind of keeping you there with Mule, but you are... God, -4 movement is too much. It's too much.
I mean, look, I'm not Assault Line. I'm not usually going to be here and cry. Miners could use a little bit of a nerf.
Well, we know they're getting it.
Right.
They've announced that.
Right. Like, it's not unwarranted. I mean, let's be honest.
I just hope they give it a light touch. That's
fair.
only
No, that's fair. I mean, keep them competitive, sure. But
Yeah. But
they're just really good.
they're really
They're really good.
Lockdown should be -2.
Lockdown
because
should be
-4 movement should not exist in the game outside of Shark's Legendary.
Spade irks me a touch. I don't think she's getting.
No, Spade should not be touched.
Spade irks me a little bit, but
yeah, I've so the reason I felt safe
just
to bring it back to
me, and I'll be fine.
To bring it back to the game here, the reason I felt safe getting Mule out of there and opening up that line of sight is that with any of your people coming in, I still have 3 overlapping
gang ups.
crowd-outs if you want to come into Shaft.
Right.
That if you come and get to me, your attack's going to be down so many dice, your potential kick is down so many dice, and my counter's up so many that it's still a dare to come at me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at this point in the game, and my strategy is not this, but my strategy should be Harry and Vet Fangtooth have a day with somebody. Like
Spade.
That's the correct answer, right?
Yeah.
Because that knockdown singled out, 2 on Harry, 3 on Spigot, knockdown singled out on somebody with a gang up, and then Vet Fangtooth comes in and just does Vet Fangtooth things.
Yeah, go Goon Squad mode.
Right.
But lighting my people on fire to start, that's a good start. You do miss Colossus, though.
I do, yeah.
No, but
I literally just commented on it. What 1 dice needing a 2? What could go wrong?
yeah. So once miners smell blood, they're pretty able to just get their entire team in on the action. So
I think Mist lives this turn.
Yeah, but not by much.
No, yeah, right. Like
because I take the singled out there.
Because I think you end up getting the ring out on him later.
That's entirely possible. We'll see. Most games that I win 2-2, I get 1 ring out. But Colossus does also have a printed 4 damage, which is really nice. And soon it'll be momentous.
Right. But not in minors.
Not in minors, no. That'd be stupid.
Yeah, it would be stupid. I think I'm trying to measure out the ground pound.
Yeah.
I forget if do I hard buy it or do I charge for it?
That's charge range. That's more than 5 inches.
Yeah.
Fangtooth hard buying the ground pound though.
It's not efficient,
but it's not terrible.
But sometimes it's worth it.
I've done it more than I expect.
Yes.
I've had it done against me more than I expect. I was playing a game recently. I think I was playing Blacksmiths against Order. He hit like 4 models with it, just buying it retail.
Yep. I've done it a couple times. Blacksmiths, farmers, I've done it too.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's a lot of lost influence. It's a lot of influence that isn't turning into momentum. And there's a moment where you always tell yourself, I could just get this on a charge and then have 1 left over. But the thing is, I've met Dice, and me and Dice have a very tumultuous relationship.
Yeah, and spending that 3 influence, even if you're not getting momentum, if you're knocking a bunch of people down, the amount of momentum you're costing the other team, it balances out there. In that weird drain economy kind of deal.
So I said earlier, Order are a team where, especially at the end of the game, you're spending time on your activations, you're pre-measuring everything, you're triple-checking things. At this point, I need to be playing these activations faster.
Yes, you have already burned a pretty significant amount of clock.
We can't see the clock, but I have a rough time with the clock in this game.
Just in general. Well, not really in general. No, actually, you're only down 2 minutes on me, 2.5 minutes on me.
Yeah, you spent a few long activations.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the clock becomes a heavy factor in this game, and I look back and I think, man, if I had just, accepted this, just done this.
Accepted a little bit of inefficiency.
Right. Just look, here's what's happening, embrace it, play with it.
Yeah, so I'm going with the mole. specifically to block off the lane to Shaft. Now the Colossus has moved. It's a little bit less scary for Spigot to come in there. So I pull the burning off of Spade with him, I believe. But yeah, the main purpose, he stays burning himself because he ends in the AoE, but he just needs to block that lane. And yeah, there's the Predatory Gaze and the Feral Instincts on Spigot.
Yep.
You don't move him at all, but that's a decent place for him to be sitting.
Pretty much any given time with him, you either want him right at 4, right with his tail on the line, or like an inch away from the goal.
Yeah, pretty much.
One of those two positions is the right spot for Pride at any given time. And it's just how close is the scrum to your goal is the question.
Pretty much.
Of course, countercharge, less efficient against teams that have 18 bajillion places.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Yeah, I go with Fisher here. I don't bring anyone with You're Coming With Me, and you can see by my measurement there that I'm very much just setting up for the Legendary. I can't risk bringing him up now, because then Spigot just takes the ball. But I would still really like to score a goal this turn. I'm playing Miners, and I haven't scored a goal yet, so I'm starting to get, like, antsy.
Small victories for me, I guess.
There's another one of those activations that ends up burning a lot of clock of can missed with -4 movement.
But right, so here's the thing. If lockdown isn't lockdown, if you turn lockdown into -2/-2, this is a completely different this is a different activation.
Yes.
Because Mist has an unlockdown Mist has a goal here, I think.
Well, yes, but I also don't leave the ball like that against an unlocked down Mist. Right. But yes, absolutely. Because at that point, you can't. Yeah, if it was -2.
-2, I think I get there because I believe I measured.
You just jog around Colossus, acrobatics out.
I measured out and I'm just outside of it.
Yeah.
With -4.
Well, actually, unless you can get within 1 inch of Shaft with that acrobatics, you don't do it because counterattack.
Right, counterattack is tackle push.
Yeah.
I mean,
but if you can get within an inch of him, then
it's also. I mean, you're fishing for 5s. It's not unwhiffable.
Well, you're singled out.
Was I singled out at that point?
You're singled out, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, you decide to just try to save him. The goal is off the table, so then the idea just becomes try to get Mist to safety.
There's not a ring out in this game. You take Vet Fangtooth out. I'm pretty sure.
No, I think Fangtooth goes off the board. I remember that.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, Fangtooth goes off the board.
Maybe that's what. Yeah.
So we're going with Spade.
The board threat is like if you're looking at the board state right now and you tell me that Fangtooth is going off the board, like if I hadn't played this game, I'd be skeptical. Resilience model, but it happens. Like
So I go with Spade here. Normally, I would love to keep Spade in reserve to try to get another goal this turn, but Pry needs to move from where he is because countercharge, I just don't want to think about it, and that's the biggest thing. Because, yeah, as mentioned, countercharge is, in a lot of ways, just a big drain on the clock.
Yep.
And Miners have great tools of just removing that as an option. Like, just getting within 6 of him and pushing him out of 4 inches of the goal. So, I was trying to figure out if I would be able to do that, avoid countercharge myself, which means diggy-holing into there, and be able to get the Ball of Light from Spigot, and I don't think that is on the table.
I wish there was a way to use Ball of Light offensively. Like, I had this cool idea where Grace, because Grace is being used for anything currently, so maybe you can make her useful. Grace could pass to opposing, like something you could do with Ball of Light,
Force them to gain
as
possession.
a weapon, right? Like
Just
that'd be
to do
cool.
the damage. Yeah, I haven't seen anyone actually take the damage from Ball of Light yet.
Scott did when I was playing his fish.
Yeah. If you get a chance to, in a
was
lot of cases, it's the right answer.
Yeah, he actually he ends up getting a goal. It was the last game of Grim Vengeance, and he ends up getting a goal literally because he took the Ball of Light away from me and used it for dodges to get the goal.
Yeah.
Hurting himself the whole way there. It was
when it gets
was
you
clever.
points.
It was clever.
When it gets you points, it's totally worth it. And when Order don't have the Ball of Light, they were the same team
Yes.
they were pre 4.1, which is to say, not good.
Not great.
So yeah, Spigot.
Spigot's just getting momentum or something at this point.
I don't know. You're measuring forwards. I think Spigot's going for it.
He had a full stack of 4, I know, so he had options. Maybe I try to bounce it off Fat Boy.
Well, let's see.
It'll be a surprise.
Oh, it's a kickback to Mist.
Oh, is it? Maybe it's just a protect missed play. No, because
No, you're going in.
yeah, here they go.
But yeah, you're in range where 4 inches can get you to him.
Right.
Yeah, so you're able
You know
to
what I
get...
could do, and I don't know that I don't obviously don't get it,
Yeah.
but I might have been thinking, ball's gone, pass it to Fangtooth, bounce it off Fangtooth to Mist, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of things have to go right that won't, but that would be fun.
Yeah, it's not crazy. I'm not so sure that you don't get the goal here, actually.
Oh, do I?
We're about to see, because I know... I think you very much might.
Or maybe
I take the parting blow with the mole, because why not roll?
Right, sure.
Plink a point of damage. And yeah, because you're attacking Shaft, and I'm countering, and really just hoping I get the knockdown
Right.
here, which...
Because I'm not worried about the tackle with the close control.
Yeah.
Maybe I do. I might now. I'm looking at where I am. Yeah, maybe I do get the goal.
Well, let's see.
It's actually a clever play on my part. Go me.
Good job,
Go
Randall.
me.
Good job, past Randall.
I'm mad at you for all that clock time you burned past Randall, but good play on this.
Let's see. Nope. Looks like not, because I bonus time the counter attack and hit the knockdown.
Okay. You had me all excited for a second here.
Well, actually,
No, that's knockdown ball scatter is what that is.
yeah, but it only went 2 inches to the 1.
Oh, do I dodge off?
If you have enough,
2 hits is a mom dodge.
yeah.
If it's 2 inches away, 1 inch dodge will give me the ball.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah, you take the push dodge. Go grab the ball.
Yeah, good job me for actually recovering from that. Totally planned with the random scatter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just as planned.
Yeah, that was not the direction I needed with that scatter. Although, oh no, that was the last of your influence. You did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you kicked twice and you attacked twice.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah. Almost a good job.
Almost.
Has
But
to
hey,
be,
leaving the ball on him is causes me to burn influence. Which is especially potent when you've got Pride with Predatory Gaze up. Yeah, because that I only gave him 3 influence.
Right.
So I take the pass over to Spade and plan on kicking with her at the start of next turn. And we'll get to it when the cards go down, but I definitely remember what card you play this turn.
That's not this turn. It's not this turn. It's next turn. If we're thinking of the same card.
We're probably not thinking the same card.
Oh, okay. Oh, is this the dodge?
Oh, no, you're right. I was thinking of, yeah.
Because the last turn of the game, I play the card that gives you free, or like -1 for all the teamwork actions. And then I proceed to 100% forget that I've played that card.
Oh, no, okay, yeah, I'm thinking right. Yeah, you play offside trap here.
I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
actually makes sense because the line's so far out.
right, it messes with my influence allocation a fair bit. And by a fair bit, I mean it makes me put 4 on spade instead of 3. 3 for in case I whiff. Oh. And I take the cheap charge one here. I like that with minors because I can usually secret tunnel. Yeah, and then get the charge. And with where I have Mule, he is in a prime spot to do that.
Mule's about to do some dirty, dirty things. I remember this now. Mule does dirty stuff to me here.
Mule is a dirty, dirty robot.
Oh, it's so dirty.
That's why he's covered with such a heavy wash. Oh. That was a painting joke. Yeah, so we're starting with spade. Just going to get this early. And I completely whiffed the first one, which is okay. That's why I always allocate one more than I theoretically need. But I get the momentum on the second one, but unfortunately I need a momentum on this one as well because of offside trap, which I do get. Yeah, I hit the push dodge there. Yeah.
I think this game is the furthest I've ever seen the Lion go upfield.
Not of his own volition.
Not here. No.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think he.
Spoilers.
I think he crosses your deployment line by the end of the game.
That's possible.
I think he does.
That is entirely possible.
It's silly.
Yeah, Spade has just scored a goal there. So let's see. Yeah, the ball scatters pretty far up.
It does, and I feel like if I recall, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Because it's up, but it's in line.
Yeah, the debate here is whether you take it with Fangtooth or not, which you don't.
I think there was I was doing a thing on paper with, all right, if I take it with Fangtooth, can Spigot go heroic, pull the ball off of Fangtooth, and then go score? Mm-hmm. And I end up just, no, all right.
Yeah, it's relying on a...
I mean, it's like
a pass.
I think he's engaged, so 1-die pass into an engaged Spigot.
Yeah, seems like bad odds.
It does seem like bad odds. And I've met my own dice, so we end up not doing that.
Yeah, so this is measuring out a whole bunch of movements for missed.
This ends up being a bunch of ridiculous misting.
Yeah, so starting with passing the ball of light for the 4-inch dodge.
Right. One thing I'm happy with myself having done in this game is I keep the ball of light in play on my own side, near and around the people that I want. Like, I do a good job with the ball of light.
Oh yeah, you manage that. You manage that really well, for sure. And I think that's key to playing order now. It's making sure that the ball of light doesn't just get taken and punted into a corner.
It's also not missing passes with the ball of light, which,
Well, yeah, but that's not as much of a...
You can't control
that. It's not as much of a tactics thing.
Not a choice.
It's just an inevitability.
It's just a straight missed goal, I think.
Oh, no, you take a swing at the mole first.
Oh, right.
Just because you have another influence. Yeah. And I'm a 3-1, so you're likely to get momentum off it. How could you hit such a cute boy?
The number of things that mole has done to me, how could I not?
Yeah, and there's a missed goal.
Stop, drop, and mole is one of the most handy things to put on a mascot.
It's good. It's really good.
Just handy.
Yeah. So here, before I kick the ball out, I need to know, is that ring out on the table?
Spoiler alert, it is.
It is. But we both now have this knowledge, and neither of them have activated yet. So at this point, my best bet, which kills me playing minors, is killing the ball on the opposite side of the pitch. because it's now 6-8, so I can't score until I get another takeout.
I was actually thinking you might try to score, because that's what miners do. And I still have Brisket, who hasn't legendaried, with 2 models in Snapshot.
Oh, yeah, how
range.
stupid do you think I am?
Well, how stupid do I hope you are?
Oh, well, okay, yeah, that's fair. It would also be fair to think I'm pretty stupid. Yeah, now of course comes the measuring of, did I put it far enough away? And the answer with Brisket at just inside 6 inches of Harry
With Ball of Light.
holding the ball and with models plenty close to pass to, ends up being, yes, she is close enough to get that ball. And I think she's got the full stack, which means that, what's it called? A Route 1 against Shaft, whose only defense 3, is on the table, which brings you into scoring range. So I've got to do something about that now.
And this is, I looked at this and I specifically didn't want to measure it out because I didn't want to know. And then you measure it out and I go, okay, well, there's that, but Zach knows there's that.
Yeah. So I don't want to waste Shaft on this, so I send Colossus. And this is kind of a risky move because Colossus only has 1 influence on him. And I'm fishing for that second column against Harry in cover, I believe.
I think with a gang up.
No, not in cover.
Yeah, but with a gang up from Fangtooth.
No, I'm out of that.
Out?
Yeah, because I just rolled 5 dice and I didn't bonus time.
Yeah, right.
So all that I needed for that was to move him out.
So now he's just out of the 6 and I can no longer legendary without moving first.
Yeah. And that buys me at least 1 activation, I guess, because if you just go with Harry and move him back, but then, of course, Brisket is engaged by Colossus if she does that.
Right.
And the lion has crossed the midfield line.
So thought process here, if I recall, because Spigot I don't believe is activated yet. I've got the heroic. If you don't go get the lion right now, Spigot can walk over heroic to make the lion pass. And at that point, even if the lion misses, the ball's over by your goal.
Yeah, and you still go and do that. So Shaft does Shaft things and takes a tackle push. And farms a little bit more momentum off the lion.
Right.
Because you can sure bet that that ball's not staying there.
No.
Yeah, I was really hoping to do more with Shaft's influence than just kind of do a little bit of damage and shove around a lion, but it was important. Yeah. And it was important that the ball go all the way back there.
And that's when and this scatters well for you too, if I recall, and I look at this and go, well, crap.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know what I'm going to do about any of this. So now I'm measuring out, all right, can I walk over Route 1, smack you a few times, do something?
I think actually measuring can you dodge into Route 1, the answer is no. Because that would actually be useful if you could pass,
kick
dodge
the ball,
there.
dodge, Route 1, then I've still got to walk, and I don't think I care about your counterattack.
No, the worst I do is 2 damage. So I actually didn't even see what you did with your activation there. You may have just stood Harry up, because now...
Yeah, I feel like I might have swung something with Harry.
Yeah, because Mule is now attacking Fangtooth, and he takes the first one to pop the resilience, takes the throw, throws again.
This gets absurd. And it turns out it's actually, the larger base just makes it easier with the throw for you to just...
Oh yeah, it's a better weapon for me.
Literally.
Yeah, and I am within 8, so I charge for 1. And I just need that double push on 3 to get you out.
The amount of in this moment.
Yeah, there
Yep,
goes.
okay.
And I believe Fangtooth had a full stack.
I don't think I'd activated him yet.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
This looks to me like trying to see if Spigot can sprint over and heroic Brisket to get her to dodge.
Yes, yeah. So if Spigot runs up in heroics, her kick to him she can dodge. That gets her within range to being able to legendary Harry. Or legendary off Harry.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that probably at that point doesn't even get me all the way to the ball, but maybe most of the way to the ball. I think I end up
Gets you close.
I end up just going in on Spade and just trying to hit Spade a couple times for momentum. Oh my God, self-clock.
4 o'clock check. You are on 4.5 minutes.
Right.
I'm on 8 minutes. But yeah, that's the pass the ball of light over to
Pass the ball
Harry.
of light to Harry. Brings me there. See if I can fit myself across the obstacle.
Yeah, with an I'm open dodge.
I think I can't, so I go to the other side of the obstacle. No, I guess I do.
Yeah, and this one you get to keep the momentum from.
Right, because now at least I'm nice and close to Harry.
Yep. Another pass back to Harry. Which it looks like you only rolled 2 dice for. Which I don't know why.
No, I don't know why either.
Probably just messed
I might
up.
have been thinking she was... I mean, she might have been in... No, she wasn't engaged by...
No, probably just
Colossus.
messed up.
Yeah.
You made it.
Turns out...
Yep. I took the counterattack here because I was pretty far up on momentum and I was hoping to just push her an inch farther back. But don't get that.
Right. And the idea at this point is, well, I'll just get as close to the ball as I can. It turns out I haven't even legendaried yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Mole just moves up to engage Harry. Which, if I remember right, actually does become relevant.
Yes.
And Spigot is over here just dodging and getting momentum off of Colossus.
Right.
Yeah, even with the 2 armor, I find he gives up momentum pretty well sometimes.
The thing with Spigot is, I mean, I'm not doing much. I mean, I can get that momentum with dodges, but I'm not doing much else if there's
Well, you
no
knock
ball.
him down there.
Right.
I mean, I'm never going to claim that Colossus is bad. Colossus is really good. And I've got the alt version sitting on my painting table right now, just waiting for me to start him.
He is a sweet looking model. The
it's
alt
so
version,
cool.
yeah. It's so hard to justify painting alt versions when you already have the model painted.
Yeah, I'm playing enough minors now, though, and it's such a sweet model. I'm going to try to get those painted before the tournament on the 13th.
I've been sitting on the limited edition Mist model for like a year and a half, and I just haven't gotten around to painting them because I have a Mist.
Same.
It's the same thing. It's an awesome looking model. It's just I already have one I can put on the table.
Yeah, same exact thing. Yep, so I'm just moving Fisher up. I have not legendaried yet with Shaft, so...
Yeah, we're both sitting on our legendaries.
I saw a bunch of people on Facebook talk, and it's been pretty popular. A lot of people talking about legendarying turn 1 with Shaft, which I strongly disagree with doing. I played Go for the Knees, and you played the Showboating one.
Showboating, yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I strongly disagree with legendarying turn 1 with Shaft. I think saving that for later in the game when you can make more improbable moves, disrupt what the opponent wants the board state to be, is just so much more valuable for what is one of the best legendaries in the game.
There's also just the fact, I mean, with any good legendary, Brisket's the same way. I mean, Honor's the same way. Other characters, up until you've done it, it's always on the table. Like, it's always in play.
I mean, Obulus is the biggest example of that.
Right,
Like,
yep.
Obulus's legendary affects the game so much, even if he
Until
goes
you
the whole
use it.
even if he
Right.
goes the whole game and never uses it. Just for the way he forces you to spend your momentum.
And once you actually hit it, it's no longer, the threat of it's no longer there.
Right. So this is where
This is the interesting turn.
this is where I make a big mistake.
Yes.
So right here, what I'm measuring, great. It's a Shaft legendary. It can get me engaged with Fangtooth, and I can start engaging without using my activation to jog back out after he knocks me down.
Now, relevant here is Fangtooth has been able to jog back onto the board and take the ball.
Yes.
So
And again,
Fangtooth has the ball, and I feel comfortable with this because Fangtooth, I know I'm within goal range. I'm resilient with a counterattack.
I'm not worried about Fangtooth attacking me because I was smart and I saved my advance, so I can stand back up or jog back in. What I totally forgot about was that knockdown double push.
Right. Which turns out you have to do both.
Yeah.
And the play around was just to hit Brisket once first
Just hit her once.
to get a momentum.
Yep.
You're 2, she's 1, she can't reach you to do anything about it.
No, I was engaging her, but if you throw the counter there, then you
Don't have it, right.
Well, yeah, then you don't throw the Fangtooth, and I don't care. But either way, yeah, we weren't base to base, so I could just pushed her out. So not only would have I had the momentum to actually get the ball off Fangtooth with Shaft and then score the goal, but I also would have gotten rid of my crowd out, which doesn't work. So instead, I just hit Brisket for since you've spent your momentum, I'm really just aiming to get a knockdown on her so that she doesn't score immediately.
Which I think, which you get.
I do, because I take the weak point. That's literally, I think, the first time I've used weak point with Shaft.
If you don't get the knockdown on her, I think she scores this goal. Because
Yes.
what's about to happen, plus a jog, I think she scores the goal.
Yes, I agree. And then on this one, I was really hoping for the lodestone, which I think could have allowed me to get the ball from Fangtooth and still get the goal, but doesn't happen. So instead, just pushing Brisket out of one of me, she's knocked down, and just making the game kind of ridiculous.
And now, I proceed to have, and at this point I'm clocked, too. Relevant.
Oh yeah, there's Jesse's phone over in the corner timing.
I clock. So I'm on death clock. And I have a good activation here, I think. I completely forget that all the many, many teamwork actions I take do not strip me of momentum. And I'm trying. There was something I feel like it would have made a difference if I had remembered that. I don't remember what it is. But so the theory here is I legendary into Fangtooth. The legendary pushes Fangtooth up a ways. I then bounce the ball of light off of Fangtooth to move Brisket. I think it's I pass him the ball of light if I recall.
No, this is the real ball.
This is the real ball.
We're playing for keeps here. This is the real ball.
Right. Ball of light somewhere over on, I don't know, mist or something. But yeah, no, so we bounce the ball around. Take my dodge.
Yeah, I think what it would have done was allow you to bonus time these passes, because I'm pretty sure after we realize it, we give you the momentum still. Yeah, Pop Ellie pass back.
Yeah. So we go into there. At this point, I don't care about the woods because turns out I'm not moving anyways.
Yeah, well, it's still -1 die on the kick, which we forget about.
So at this point, all right, so I've passed the ball up the line. Brisket, if Brisket could walk there, Brisket had the goal. But because you knocked her down, she can't walk. So I passed the ball to the line with the idea, all right, maybe in my pretend make-believe optimistic world, Spade doesn't get this because you have to spend a bunch to get to me. Mm-hmm. And then Spigot can walk over to the other side of the lion. If I base the lion and heroic, even if the lion misses the pass, I'm based, it comes to me anyways, and I kick the goal.
Yeah. Which would absolutely have worked if Spade
wasn't
failed
Spade,
to
right.
do this. Yeah,
And it's one of those, like, okay, Spade has a lot of range, but
she had a full
you have to
stack as well.
Yeah, so you have to spend, I think, 1 to do the extra diggy hole.
I don't think I diggy hole. I think instead I
Or maybe you charge, I don't remember.
or I push the lion
Oh, right, that's what it was, yeah.
because I wanted to make sure that I stayed close enough
Right.
to pass to Fisher.
So at this point, I'm obviously in a bad situation. I'm on death clock. Spade's going into the lion. At this point, all right, maybe you missed something for me.
Yeah, because I have to sprint over there, push you, and then bonus time the attack. And she has go for the knees on her. I really needed to make sure I hit that momentous tackle. It
You
was,
do.
Yeah, it
You
was
do.
worth throwing 6 dice at the 3-1 lion. And I bonus time the pass as well.
This is functionally the game because I have nothing I can do
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, we dodge over, and if you had a straight line, if Shaft wasn't there, you'd have been able to get to her.
Right.
But having to go around Shaft...
Yeah, if Fangtooth could have gotten to the tank, I would have been okay. But
It also gets a little tough here because this next measurement is a little sloppy because of the low clock.
right.
Yeah.
I think I actually try to make it there with Fangtooth. And
Yeah.
I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to measure it out and see what happens. And then I just don't get there.
Yeah.
And this is clock pressure. This is all those times I was saying earlier, oh my God, what am I doing? This is clock pressure. So now I'm hurting on time. I've got a minute before I just auto lose this game. I don't have time to measure it all out. Thing is that I don't think there's anything else I do. Harry's not getting there.
Yeah.
Mist is out of I don't think I have a better answer.
No, not really.
And that's
the game.
Tap in next to the goal for the game.
And tapping, I think, base to base with the goal.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so. At this point, I check. All right, I'm just curious. If I had clock time to check everything, would Mist going or was it Spigot?
Spigot. It was
Spigot. Would Spigot have made a difference?
Yeah, I think Spigot would have gotten there. And I don't know how much influence Spigot has of whether he would have been able to then pass the ball, but...
Well, you can always pass the ball with balls going if you get it.
Yeah. That's true.
But then, of course, where do I pass the ball to? Brisket? She's
Space.
already activated. Space, yeah.
Hope for a good scatter.
Yeah,
I mean, that was
space. You've got the tank with legendary still.
Yes. That was a very close game. I mean,
It was.
I was sweating that you got to 8 before I did there, and just having to kill the ball with distance like that. And yeah, I did never use Fisher's legendary, and despite being a squatty, that's actually a pretty similar.
Oh, right.
That's a similar
Threat.
idea of legendary threat until it's used.
Until you used it, the threat of it out there keeps me from kicking balls into space. For
Right.
that reason.
Same with Squeak.
Right.
And I think giving more of the goal scoring teams that type of tool to deal with free balls was a really good move on Steamforge's part.
Yeah.
It did a lot to help make that 3-0 game more viable.
It's like I said, with order, this game and then the 4 games in Grim Vengeance, I came. You know what? Plan for the 2-2. Look for after you get the first goal at least. Look for the takeouts.
Yeah.
If you back yourself into that third goal and you're like, hey, I guess I'm taking this third goal for the win, then good for you. But your game plan should be 2-2.
Yeah. I agree for order.
And you can do it. I mean, you can do it. Harry, Spigot, and Fangtooth can get you those 2 takeouts.
Oh, for sure.
You have to plan for that, not YOLO people in for ridiculous ball retrieval stuff.
Yeah, well, and especially with them, I think a big thing with order is taking pride upfield just to act as an extra gang up for them. Because Fangtooth wants every die he can get to hit that 6.
I mean, you wrap to the 3?
I mean,
The
you
6
wrap to
plus
his
the
first column, that's 8 damage.
Right, so you wrap to the 3, that's 9 damage, or no, 8 damage. Nine damage, 2 momentum.
Yes.
For 1 influence.
Yeah.
Happy day.
Yeah,
Happy
it's great.
day.
And with a bit of setup, he can get there.
Oh, yeah.
Not too difficult.
You get a singled out, you get a couple of gang ups, you're
knocked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, we kind of covered it all as the game was unfolding, but anything else you want to point out of things you do differently?
Like I said, my big takeaways from this game were have a 2-2 plan and embrace the fact in the beginning with order that you're taking time on your activations, speed up after that. Like turn 2, I needed to be that missed activation, that clock burn on the missed activation really hamstrung me at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
How about you? I mean, you won, so it turns out you played it pretty well.
I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, no, there's always things you can do better. I think... I don't know, I might edit in something later so I don't sound like as much of a jerk. But I think,
Insightful thoughts right here.
yeah, I think I played that one pretty well.
You did. No, you did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, order are fun.
Order are a lot of
minors
fun.
are at least I'm having a lot of fun with minors. I hope my opponents are having some fun playing
They're
against
not.
minors.
No. Minors are fun, but minors are fun and also strong.
Yeah.
Order is fun, but order is fun and ridiculous.
Order are strong
I mean,
too. Just as long as you embrace the variance that comes with making that many passes.
That game, I missed way less passes than like any other game I've ever played with order.
I don't think you missed a single pass.
I can't think of one that.
No, you didn't miss a single pass.
Like I was like that was. I'm never that consistent with order.
No, you're not.
The first time we played this game, it was minors versus order, and I had it was like 5 passes to get Spigot up for the first activation goal, and in true Randall dice form, I made the first 4 of them. And then I missed the 4 dice. I think
the 4-die goal.
It might have been a bonus time 5-die goal.
No, the ball was going over. So the path was going over. So it was a bonus time back up to 4 dice.
Right. It's like, hey, this is working out brilliantly. Oh, it no longer works.
Yeah, that game didn't.
That was less close.
Yeah,
that was less close.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, with order, the dice are gonna bone you. Expect it. Expect it when you least expect it. And good luck figuring out a way to overcome it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the big thing with any team that's going for a mainly kicking plan right now. It's being able to mitigate from that missed, the important missed kick. Right. It's you miss the goal. Do you have an alternate route to get the ball, or are you able to flex to takeouts there? You miss the important pass. Do you have someone who can retrieve it and try again? It's things like that. It's I think more than... or just as much as managing positioning, playing a 3-0 plan relies on setting up your threats to have a backup plan at all times. Like, more so than a takeout team.
It's all academic, of course, because my love affair with order is being put aside.
Well, yeah, when you're getting a Harlem Globetrotter on your team that just breaks all the rules and does everything amazingly forever. You think minors are strong? I think.
You place tool. That's cool. I dodge 4.
I'm saying it now, and I'm not going to be the first one to say it. I think Corbelli Masons are going to be more of a problem than minors.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't want to agree with you.
I know.
Okay.
It's not. It doesn't feel good to play the thing that everyone says is overpowered. Like, there's a small bit of satisfaction when it's been done against you for so long, but like, it's always kind of sad when people don't have fun playing against your stuff. But yeah,
it's like, oh, Masons are OP, really? Oh, that's interesting. It's like when Vet Decimate came out and Brewers were like, oh, Brewers are OP. Oh, I feel so bad for you all.
Yeah, Brewers finally got their time in the sun that they had never had before. Corker looks cool, though.
He looks cool. He looks fun.
I think
he's not OP. He looks fun.
No, yeah, he looks like a very fair captain. You'll take him when you receive, and Tapper will be out of the list. For some people, I think it's going to be a very personal preference kind of deal. I think some people still play Tapper, and they're not wrong for that. Anyone who replaces Esters with him
is wrong.
They've got a plan, I guess.
Or they just really like Tapper.
Or they just really like Tapper, yeah. And Tapper's cool.
I mean, it's like, I really like Honor, but I'm also realistic enough to understand that she's the draw.
Yeah.
Let's face facts.
Oh, poor Honor.
I thought I think they're phasing out the season 1 captains, or at least they're trying to phase out the season 1 captains.
I'm dropping Pinvice for Rivet.
No, I know you are.
Which I don't know. I mean, she has less overlap with Rivet, but the idea of dropping Ballista is just crazy sauce to me because he's Ballista.
Before you showed me Corbelli's card, I would have said the same thing about dropping Honor.
I mean, that's like
Honor's
your personal
not good,
love affair.
right,
But yeah,
no.
I think Ballista is better than Pinvice in most situations, even though it's a different game. Well, it's not really a different game plan. It's just a different style of achieving said game plan. I think that's a big thing. It's a similar thing with like Theron and Steeljaw. I think Theron's probably better than Steeljaw, but they both have pretty similar game plans.
I liked the I really liked the Steeljaw concept. I wanted Steeljaw to do just a little bit more than she does.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's a similar thing with the Corker Esther's thing. Like Steeljaw absolutely does not replace Skatha, but she's so similar to Theron, and Theron is so good.
So many matchups that you want Theron, like Blacksmiths, Mason. There's so many good matchups for Theron.
Which again, you go back in time 2 years, and you have someone listen to this conversation about how good Theron is.
Hey, hunters are good. What?
Are we playing the same game? Are you sure? Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for the recording. As usual, I'm going to plug some local events, and we'll see if I get this out in time that they haven't all passed. On April 13th, I will be running a tournament at the Battle Standard in East Windsor, Connecticut. On April 20th, Chris Ames will be running a birthday bash event for one of the local Massachusetts players, Wade Vieira. Happy birthday, Wade. At Game On in Warwick, Rhode Island. On May 4th, the Long Island crew is hosting a tournament at Brothers Grimm, the same venue where Grim Vengeance was held. There's going to be Death Star-themed balls for everyone who attends. June 1st and 2nd is Eastern Canadian Nationals, which I know I usually plug Northeast U.S. events, but that is not too far. It's about a 5-hour drive from where I am in Connecticut. Everyone should definitely go help meet the cap to get that SteamCon attendance and flights cap hit. They host a really good event up there. Check Longshanks and Facebook for details. In August, I know it's far out, but on Long Island, there's going to be the Long Island Tabletop Games Expo, which is sponsoring a pretty large Guild Ball event. They helped us out run Grim Vengeance. It's going to be a lot of the same team that was in charge of running Grim Vengeance who's going to be putting that on. And the Tabletop Games Expo has been pretty great with their help, so definitely go out and support them if you're in the area and get a chance. Yeah, so that's really all the upcoming events. Thanks for joining me, Randall.
Yeah, thanks for
the game.
Yep.